Hello everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial, and today we are painting another Stormhost. Yes, today we are painting the Sons of Mallus. Yes, they are a very, very cool little scheme. It's a really heavy black metallic scheme that I'm really excited to paint in for you today. And, well, a massive thank you to Games Workshop for sending me this one as part of the Skaventide box set. To build up and paint for all of you guys. So with all of that out of the way, we are now going to jump in. We are going to start painting him. He has been primed in grey Seer, and the colour we're going to be using first is some thinned down Iron Warriors. And we're going to be applying this over the top of all of our armour. What we're also going to do with the Iron Warriors is we are going to apply this over the top of the scales and the hammer as well. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some Black Legion. We're going to apply this over the top of all the joints in the armour, but we're also going to apply this over the top of all of the plate armour. So with that all done, you should now have this really heavy, just about tiny hints of metallic in the armour black colour. It looks absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do now is we're going to block in the rest of the colours. We're going to start with some Leviathan Purple. And we're going to be using this over the top of the shoulders and the shield front. With that Leviathan Purple all applied, we're then going to take some Cygor Brown. And we're going to apply this over the top of all of our leather details. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Blood Angels Red. And we're going to apply this over the top of the helmet plume and over the top of the grips of the weapons. And with that Blood Angels Red applied, we're then going to take some Skeleton Horde and we're going to apply this over the top of the parchment on the shield. And so with that then done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we're going to apply this over top of pretty much all of the remaining details, excluding the little lightning bolts around the faces on the shield and the shoulder. And if you were painting the normal Liberators, they would have a little lightning bolt on their shoulder as well. We're also going to avoid that too. So with all that Retributor Armour applied, it's now time to add some shades, of course. And the first one we're going to add is some Guilliman Flesh. I'm going to be applying this over the top of all the gold. So with all that Guilliman Flesh applied, we're then going to take some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this over top of the silver and the white details. So with that all done, our Sons of Mallus Liberator is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, and it's looking pretty cool. However, we are not going to leave it there. No, we're going to take it to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some highlights. Now the first of these is going to be some thinned down Iron Warriors. I'm going to use this to highlight all the black. Well, all of the black plate. So with all that Iron Warriors applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Ironbreaker. I'm going to use this to add some spot highlights to the plate armor. I'm just picking out the sharpest areas. And the rivets. Like that sort of thing. However, what we're also going to do with the Ironbreaker is we're going to use this to highlight the hammer. Like that. We're going to do the rest of the edges, but we're also going to use this to relayer basically all the scales. So with that done, all of the silver and of course the black armor is now finished. Now the logical thing to do next would be to do the gold. However, we're not going to do the logical thing. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down white scar. I'm going to use this to essentially highlight these little white details. Now, if you did have a little lightning bolt on the shoulder for the rest of the Liberators that this guy doesn't have, I would normally recommend using a little bit of Corax white to relayer these first. But because these are quite narrow details, we don't need to do that really. So this is kind of a relayer, kind of a highlight. So with that white scar all applied, we're then going to take some thinned down Genestealer Purple. I'm going to use this to highlight the purple. So with that all done, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. We're going to use this to relayer, essentially, the large open gold spaces. This is the trim of the shield, the face on the shield, and because we've got a Liberator Prime here, the shoulder. So with that now done, we're going to highlight all of the gold using a roughly 2 part Stormhost Silver to 1 part Retributor Armour mix. And so with all that gold applied, we're then going to take some Blood Angels Red and we're going to use this over the top of all the little gems. So with our base complete, our Sons of Mallus Liberator is now finished. I really like this scheme. I think it's very effective. It's very striking. It's one that I think a lot of people use for something like Custodes. So you could use this to paint your Shadow Keepers as well if you fancied it. Or indeed, like that armor recipe also really works for things like Iron Hands and stuff. It's one of the great things about painting Stormcast is you do find these little schemes and techniques for your other models. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.